Hello, gear-grinded tubers! And welcome back to Let's Play Seiken Densetsu 3 Trials of Mana with me, Blowing Kilo. So, Dragon Breath was okay. It's just very expensive spell for, not much better than a Fireball, and then it kills your party members. Also, I think it has a bad element, like, a lot of enemies resist it, if I remember correctly. Like, just not effective against what you needed. Anyway, future tubers, we got sidetracked on the intro. Chat's talking about Might Magic 6 again. You know how they are. Anyway, between last episode and this episode, a fair amount of time has gone by. And I left the dungeon, went all the way back to the entrance, and remember, it depends on what character you're playing, because there's 3 different final dungeons. So for Duran and Angela, this is how it works for us. But we went back to the beginning and we fought those. They're kind of like master ninjas, but I think they're called dark assassins in this translation. Whatever, they're the assassin ninja enemies in the overworld area of the beginning of this dungeon. We fought a few. They were jerks on camera last couple episodes ago, back before the Moonstone Benevodon. Anyway, if you fight them and kill them as the last enemy, just like all enemies, the last enemy drops the treasure chest. They drop the gear seeds. There are a couple other enemies that do drop them, some rare options, but they drop them 100% of the time if they drop a chest. And just like the beholders outside of the town of Baka or whatever we called it, they probably drop a chest 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 out of 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 3. And if they do drop a chest, it's always a gear seed. So we picked up, I don't know, 10-ish. And then we got our ultimate gear. I did not get all the ultimate gear, but most of it. And we have a little bit to talk about, because you grinded for the ultimate gear basically the same way you grinded for the promotion items. It's a seed that's kind of a preset determination on what it will turn into. So you've got to find a way to rotate it by saving and loading, or using, sometimes other item seeds would progress it another chain, but it's kind of gimmicky and wonky to get it to progress. But anyway, eventually we got all the items we wanted. It just, we needed 10 or so to get through it. So, we upgraded our weapons for everybody, and the weapon upgrades are pretty big. That's like a 23 damage upgrade from the old purchasable sword. Saving and loading, yeah, you have to make... It's more complicated than that, Luke. It is save scumming in a sense. The game tries to prevent you from changing the result of a seed. The game tries to lock a seed to a specific item or promotion item, but there is a way, and I showed it for the promotion items, but there is a way to force it to change its value. Anyway, the sword's pretty good. Basically just comparing it to the best purchasable sword to the endgame ultimate sword. I didn't get the helmet, because helmets are only giving us plus defense. And as it turns out, we're actually at the defense cap. So when I first got the master armor, it was better than the silver armor. But then I got a couple level ups, put point or 2 in stamina, and now I'm at capped defense no matter what armor I wear. So this was kind of a waste, unless it has some other effect that we don't know about, which, maybe it does. Maybe we have protection from something, but I doubt it. So sadly, the ultimate armor turns out to be kind of pointless, although you could have gotten the master armor and saved your points in stamina if you knew, and put your stamina points somewhere else, because I didn't realize that 300 defense was the max. So, yeah, you could have saved some stamina points, put them in intellect for magic defense, because every point in intellect is some more magic defense, which is, the one we're not maxed on. And I did get the accessory. So we have the King's Glove, so I got the best sword, the best armor, and the best accessory. And it's only 1 magic defense, but in Trials of Mana for the Steam, these ultimate accessories do have special effects. I don't know if it works in the Super Nintendo version, but, just in case. Anyway, to continue, Angela, same deal. She's got a new weapon. It's quite a lot better. The girls are damaging enemies for a little bit of damage now that they've got their ultimate weapons. Same old helmet that we bought. She got the Radical Coat. And you can see her stamina is not quite as high, so she could still gain some benefit to the ultimate armor. But I don't remember what her defense was last episode, but, we got a couple level ups, and she's much more tanky than she used to be. Because I think she was at like 230 or 240 defense. And then I bought her best armor, which I hadn't bought on camera. This is the one that I couldn't afford last time I was in town. And then we got the ultimate one anyway, so, you know, that's nice. And finally, I got her ultimate accessory. Again, just 1 magic defense. Not that important. And finally, for Charlotte, same idea. Her physical weapon, pretty big power-up, if you care about that kind of thing. On your mages. No ultimate helmet. She's got her ultimate armor for her current class. Again, it's a different piece of armor for each final class, so you might have different names in your game. And then same thing, the final accessories. So yeah, I got all that stuff. And because we got a couple level ups, we should have a couple new spells that I can show off on camera. So Charlotte, she already had all her spells, I think. I had Dark Saber and all the summons. She got all of her final tier of spells pretty quick, so she's fine. Duran learned... I think he had just finished learning his area of effect, or his multi-target 4 elemental sabers before we broke the episode. The next 2 levels taught him Moon Saber, which steals HP but is only single target. And finally, Leaf Saber, which steals MP. I haven't really shown these off very much yet. I was saving them for you future tubers. So anyway, we can give these a try on the next boss or something. You know, maybe they'll be good. And then Angela, she would have learned her AoE Freeze if she didn't have that. Then her AoE Explode if she didn't have that last episode. And finally, her ultimate attack, Glitter Dust, which is technically non-elemental and hits all targets. There's no way to single target. So it's really bad against groups of enemies that counter-attack when they're hit by spells, but it does do quite a lot of damage, so we'll show it all off. And with that, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, we got a couple level ups. I think maybe even 4 level ups on the way up. So everyone's got a few more points and a few more stat points. If you, let's see here. I think I made a separate save, so you can see exactly what we went from. So we went from level 42 to level 46, and that basically, that grind to get the gear, the gear seeds that you still have to turn into gear, caught us up in level with the enemies. And this is the direction we hadn't gone yet because there was a rock in the way, I think. And then we fought the last revisited boss and opened the path up. So let's start with our Rainbow's magic. Glitter Dust. Here we go. 4 elementals, I think. Pretty cool looking ultimate attack. It does nearly 600 damage to the entire enemy group. It's non-elemental, so nothing resists it or is weak to it. It's very similar to Nuke or Ultima or Flare, that kind of magic in a Final Fantasy game. Depending on her final class, each of her 4 final classes... Oh, no, wait. We got another gear seed. But each of her final classes has a different ultimate spell. 3 of them do different types of ultimate AoE attacks like that. And one of them does a single target 999 damage attack, which is pretty good. But I wanted, you know, I took her down this promotion path for a reason, so we'll live with it. I want to show off some of the AoE Tier 2 spells, because some of them get pretty cool animations. So if you haven't seen them before, this will be a good episode to showcase. And yeah, now that we've got a few level ups, generally speaking, we're crushing this dungeon a little bit more effectively than last time. The extra defense and the extra offense definitely calms things down a bit. Final dungeon is pretty hard in this game, so I wouldn't recommend coming here at a low level, and I came at a pretty low level. So that was Lucent Beam. Let's just go through all the AoE spells just one at a time. So, start with Earthquake. I really don't save scum very much, Luke. Just explaining, the only way to get... is just to save time. The only way to get the gear in a reasonable time frame was to save scum a little bit. Oh, I didn't quite... I thought I was just going to do my normal jump attack, but... Oops. Well, these guys are extra dead. pretty sure all the enemies are dead. They just haven't realized it yet. That spell sure looks like straight out of Chrono Trigger to me. There, they're all finally dying. Just took a little while. So sadly, even with all the armor and everything upgrades, Angela still seems to always die. All of my characters have the same physical defense right now. It's really weird. So I'm not sure if it's just her AI that gets her into trouble all the time, where she just runs up and gets smacked. But it does feel like Angela is always the most likely to die character, even though statistically people should be very similar. Okay, so we got a bit of a maze here, you know, super complicated maze. You'll never figure your way through. Yeah, there's our crab boss. So this was light elemental. So finally, for the first time of use for Dark Saber. Now technically you might get more value out of light saber, which would steal not light saber, sorry, Luna saber, which would steal HP. But this should give us bonus damage. So that's pretty good. 349, not bad. Of course, now we have access to Dark Curse, although it took forever, but we are at the point where finally we've got the right buffs and debuffs to tear these bosses apart. It's just crazy how long it took to get here. Oh, he's trying to heal. That was a pretty good heal. And just to really rub it in, let's buff Duran's strength up even further. Dark Sword, enemy defense down, ally attack up. Now we swing for 500 damage. Yeah, it's not bad. One swing, 500 damage. Even the girls can do some damage. Let's see what Duran's special does. It's nice to feel strong. 961. We haven't quite hit the damage cap yet, but we're pretty close. Oh, most people don't like hearing their own voice. Don't worry about that one, Luke. That's very common. In fact, for Let's Players and just anyone who's whatever, like people that have to record their own voice, it's one of the first things you have to get over. It just takes some, mostly just takes practice. Oh, you're talking about something else. Never mind. I'm only half reading chat because I'm fighting a super dangerous boss. We pulled his eyes out again. You feel weird when I mention you in chat. Oh, I see. Do you feel extra weird when I misread your comment and then start rambling about something else? Didn't even properly read it? Double acknowledge? Alright. So, the good thing about these boss fights is you do get fully healed, so. A great multitasker. Yeah, okay. Don't rub it in, guys. This game is, like, sucked my soul out. It was supposed to be, like, a relaxing, happy game from just showing off a cool old game that is really high quality or something. And then it killed me. I just like that we can attack up mountains now. In Secret of Mana, you couldn't have attacked on a different height level, Z level. So that's our AoE ice spell. I'm just still going through all the magic. Don't forget to show off all the magic. Next up is AoE Fire Magic. At least it isn't Millennium 2.2. At least it isn't Deuteros. Deuteros was worse than Millennium 2.2. Soul CPR, does that work? I just have to beat the game. Oh, the demon absorbed fire damage. That's pretty smart. I guess that makes some sense. I assume he's dark element, but also immune to fire or absorbed fire. So we're headed back up. We'll go past the save station, and then left and up to get to the next rock. Seventh Sega. Yeah, that'd be a great follow-up. We'll just go to 7th Sega. Make sure you pick one of the worst characters, too. Who's really bad? One of the not mages. Like, let's play as, Isn't, like, the dwarf, like, the worst or something? Like, the dwarf has good physical stats, but with no magic, you're terrible. Because the human is closer to a red mage, technically. The robot... I thought the robot got good... Oh, we are so dead if we don't kill this guy right now. This game is stupid. So dumb. I thought the robot was good. Maybe... I guess he's slow, right? Like, he's got bad agility, so he always goes last. That's probably it. And the game does, like... You're not accurate with low agility, so you miss all your attacks, right? I think the elf girl mage is pretty good. And you want the priest as your ally companion with anybody. Because he gets... But it's really late game before he gets good. But he does get the elixir spell that gives everyone full HP and MP. So I think it's like, combo him up with somebody who's decent. And it's not too bad. The game won't be so bad. But not anyone can... Like, you can't go demon priest, because the priest will never join the demon. Even though the demon gets some pretty good spells. The alien... Oh, the worst one's the alien. For sure. I forgot about that. The alien doesn't even get weapons. He's fast, and he gets good stat ups for people who get stat ups. But, yeah, with no weapons... I remember now, yeah. He was my first character. He's cool. And he's pretty good in the early game. But it doesn't last. We're dead again. This... Ultimate gear! Level grinded up. A random battle with no magic is still too difficult. I think the alien is good at the beginning. So it's easy to feel like he's not as bad as he actually is. Because he starts out pretty strong. But because of the scaling, like the stat scaling bug, it doesn't hold up. Like, he gets affected by the stat scaling bug even worse than most people. Because that's the only place he gets his stats. Everyone else can get magic or weapons to help balance it out. He's like a pure stat character. And he doesn't get the bonus every 10 levels buff, so... I'm pretty sure at the end game he's the worst character. In the English version. Yeah, I don't think I have the patience for Secret of Evermore right now. We've done enough mana type games. If I was gonna play another ARPG after this, what would be a good break? Terranigma's pretty chill, right? It's a little bit more story focused. It's a little bit slower paced. Single character party. You don't have to worry about your AI being stupid. You can just do jump dashes to kill everything. Or whatever you call them. You know, the jump attack. You don't have to grind as much. Okay, that path we just crossed, in case people have gotten lost, that last bridge had a plot statue on it. So we have to go this direction to find the next, well, the next boss, I guess. Let's Lucent Beam this group. I assume Drazo zombies are supposed to be like undead dragons. And let's throw some ghost on the Black Knight. Gotta kill him quick. Well, we're dead. We didn't cast the spells we were supposed to cast. This friggin' game. You weren't supposed to actually game over there. The only reason we didn't game over is because we had the ghost queued up. Oh, man. These enemies are just way too strong. Maximum defense. He does physical damage, because that's a... Weapon techs do physical damage always in this game. There's no magic weapon techs like I thought maybe. They always do physical damage, so if your physical defense works at all, it's countering his tech there. And we have maxed physical defense, so that's as little damage as we can take from that attack. There's nothing we can really grind for to make that any easier. All you could do is grind for, like, HP. Oh, you're talking about 7th Sega? Yeah. Well, I think even without the stat progression, it would be, it's pretty grindy anyway. Like, it's by default a very grindy game. And, the North American release just makes it worse. And, honestly, it's actually kind of weird. Grinding at the wrong time actually makes it even harder. Your enemy characters or enemy boss fights, they scale to your level, or your level +2 or something like that. So if you level up a lot, they also level a lot, but they get the better stat gains. So you get bad stat gains, and they get good stat gains. So the higher your level is, the bigger the difference is between them and you. So sometimes grinding in 7th Sega actually just makes things worse. It's unfortunate. But yeah, you're always short on gold and experience. And if you grind too far, then the boss enemies just kill you anyway, so. You need, like, pretty specialized tactics to win the, some of those boss fights. They're like your rival fights, specifically. The regular bosses don't scale, it's only the rivals. At least I don't think the regular bosses scale. I mean, I'm no expert on 7th Sega. I mean, I've beaten it a few times. But usually with save states and a lot of fast forward. Because playing that game with no fast forward is just dumb. It's a slow game. But it's a good game, it's just the balance is broken. Kind of like this game's balance is broken, but it's broken worse. Yeah, there's patches, there's a randomizer for it. There's a bunch of ROM hacks that fix a lot of the problems. So yeah, I would highly recommend, just like a lot of Super Nintendo ROMs, if you're willing to do a little bit of IPS patching, there's some fairly quick fixes for some of these games that are pretty helpful. I think he killed somebody off screen for us. Alright, level up for Duran. The only stat that matters is getting him some more magic defense right now. And Angela, Cat, you have been fed. So her stamina would make no difference. She's already at maximum defense. I don't think stamina is actually worth it past this point, assuming you get the ultimate armor. So the only thing you can do with her right now is make it so that her light magic does a little bit more damage, assuming that works like that, or make her physical hit a little bit harder. So I'll stick with magic for now to get that cap, but I actually needed fewer points in stamina than I thought. How many years of my life have I saved? It's actually not just the mods. It's the frame skip for emulators is one of the reasons. The main reason I've played so many Super Nintendo, PlayStation type games is because of frame super speed. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have the patience to play them very much. Some of these Super Nintendo games are just too slow. Hey, it's another boss. What do we get? We get maybe not a boss. Just a floating... Uh-oh. It's a real boss, not just a fake boss. You made it far, but you're too late. Thanks to you, the Dragon Lord will transform with the powers of all 8 Benevodons. Everyone get back in your seat. It's time for some plot. I don't care who I'm up against. I won't back down. You're all finished. Yeah, we got promoted. We're pretty strong. Also, give me back my mother. That's right. She has some cards. She has a stake in the game. That is impossible. Once the Dragon Lord is in his new form, I will offer the true queen's life up to my master as a sacrifice. Because you got to sacrifice someone for a Dragon Lord. I mean, of course. It's obvious. Why didn't you know? You wouldn't. My, you are a rude bunch. It is of no consequence. Submit to the end of the world. Farewell. We should really just stab him one of these times instead of talking to him. Wait, this is not a boss fight. This is just 3 kid dragons. Does this even count like a... This is not... You can't play boss music for 3 random enemies. I mean, they're pretty high level, but... They're still just kids. They're just children. Like baby dragons. It's like you guys killing a baby Ankylo in the chat bot. There, we killed them all easy. Oh, they upgraded. Now they are ice dragons? This is a very this area is incredibly slowed down. Yeah, they're frost dragons. The every menu command is very slow up here. It's pretty late. Laggy is the word I'm looking for. I think it was because the game was trying to give us a level up. She can get a level up in anything, even her spirit. Sure, it'll make her heals better. First person to 21 in a stat. Everyone else got capped out at 20. For now, at least. Everything got legs so far behind that it took ages to cast magic. They're all dead. Yeah, we just didn't know it. Okay, these are thunder dragons. Let's go with earth magic here. This looks like a pretty good, enemy gauntlet for Angela. If her AoE magic can wipe out each group, that's one of the times for her to shine. Really trying to play as Duran, and it won't let me. I guess she didn't one-shot. I didn't actually see. Did we do damage, or were they immune to earth? Okay. Everything is lagging so hard, I don't think my allies are even moving. The dragons are just doing backflips constantly. 480, okay, thanks, Thor. I'm just focusing on my inputs. Waiting for the game to catch up. Looks like we probably had already killed them, they just didn't know it. They were already dead, they just kept fighting. Alright, well that was an interesting, boss fight. They recovered our MP for it. It's very weird how just killing some random dragons gives us full MP and HP after the fight. I guess our characters are just really happy for beating up some dragon babies. Alright, we gotta be getting fairly close to the end of this boss gauntlet, right? They're running out of bosses if they're giving us just kid dragons. Alright, well we can save. Well, level 47, we're mostly keeping up with the enemy levels for now. See you later, Grotham. Oh good, more kids are... Kid Drazo zombies. I don't know why they don't... You can't call them Draco zombies, that's racist. Harry Potter won't allow it. Copyright. Alright, let's try out some ghost magic. I'll take that 400 damage from Ghost. That's not bad. For Charlotte, she's actually got a fairly reliable non-elemental spell. Single target only, but... I mean, like, we can definitely outshine that with, taking advantage of an elemental weakness. But this costs the same amount of MP, for instance. I think the demon is actually weak to light, so it should do more damage, but I think she does like 450 or so. Yeah, that's 600 damage buffed up, so it's probably like 450 plus elemental weakness, which is very similar to what we're just able to do non-elementally with Charlotte for the same amount of MP. I'm still kind of amazed at just how much damage even Duran takes from a random encounter here. Going from max HP to nearly dead, just fighting some random enemies, nothing special. We're also, like, hitting a lot less hard. Like, in Secret of Mana, basically enemies had, like, 0 defense almost always. So you just did, like, weapon strength in damage most of the time. Whatever your weapon power was is how much damage you would do if you could hit them. So we were seeing, like, 200s and 250s and 300s at this point in the game in Secret of Mana. Whereas, because of the way defense works in this game and all the enemies having higher and higher defense, you know, sometimes we're still hitting enemies for, like, barely any damage. The girls hit 15 here, right? Like, it doesn't even really contribute a whole lot. So, battles just take a lot longer. Oh, good. Well, that helps. Thanks! You know, that's pretty helpful. Just kill one of your friends. I'll take that. I guess I get kind of used to the girl and, like, Charlotte and Angela being like the girl and the sprite, where they could actually... They were weaker than the main character's physical, but they weren't bad. But in this game, their physicals are just terrible. Alright. We got 2 plot statues. I'm gonna put a save down. I'm scared. You guys can hear my heartbeat. Level 48, we're under level again. We should focus on that knight, though. It's good, because if he used his special right there, we would have had a game over. Yeah, I would call them sprites, Luke. The game has good graphics. It's just they're so good, it really slows the system down. The console can barely handle all the animations and sprites and everything in this game. I would love to get my attack off, though. Yeah, just the constant spam of magic here. This is going to be a slow fight. So we've got, like, final area mages here. We're still not out of combat, and I'm dead again. I suppose Charlotte is starting to pay her way a little bit in heals. The last couple dungeons have, you know, we have taken a crazily high amount of damage. Are you kidding me? We just killed everything down here. This room has at least 9 enemies in it. I mean, I guess it's good for experience. Alright, you're all dead. No! He's dead! You're not allowed to do that after you die. Oh, come on. Everybody, stop. I wonder what happens. What is going on? This room is cursed. I couldn't even resurrect Duran because the friggin' monsters resummoned. But yeah, the enemies getting an action after combat, like after they're dead, is still one of the dumbest things. Like, that should definitely be reserved for bosses and stuff. Final attack type things. A double Dark Knight. Like, we could just die anytime, any second in this fight. We could just get a game over. All they gotta do is want it, and we're dead. Cast on death is perfectly balanced. Uh-huh. Alright. This is still not the end of the room, though. I wonder if this is like an infinite combat room. Just use this room to grind if you need some level ups. Because, it's getting to be a little bit much. You know, one at a time, it's fine. I lost my combo there. I had like a full bar. I lost my combo again. Where did it go? If you're keeping an eye on Duran's combo meter, what happened? We went from full bar to 0 twice without ever doing anything. I never even pressed B. I was saving up for a big move. Well, this room is the worst. I'm starting to think this room's a little bit bugged out. We're gonna kill these 3 if we can, and then we're leaving. Okay, please let me... everything's dead by the time I got to it. We should have been able to kill some enemies with that, but... it just never ends. I guess maybe this is really designed to be your grind, if you want to grind. He didn't even target anybody. He's drunk. Just 1,000 experience comes flying on down every couple seconds. Want another level up? We get another level up. Just keep on coming down. There you go, level up. Intelligence and spirit are capped. Stamina does nothing. Strength it is. Uh-oh. Intelligence capped. Stamina capped. Strength capped. Now what? Luck? Dexterity actually does nothing. Spirit might give you magic defense against some spells, but I'm not even 100% sure. That could be a lie. I'll just go with luck. Let's get Charlotte a level up, and then I guess we'll leave this place. Looks like they just infinitely respawn in the middle of the room. No dexterity. It's worse. Dexterity is literally bugged to do nothing. Hey, look! I'm glad I didn't leave. We had to stay. Alright, spirits maxed. Get some more M defense. Alright, well, yeah. You have to kill all those enemies. That's a pretty tough room. Alright, let's do this. You must be the Dragon Lord. You never learn. It does not matter in the end. Feast your eyes on the dawning of a new age as I become a god. Hey, that's my mana sword. Give it back. You stole it. No, not the sword of mana. This is the last of the mana sword. Alright, it's gone. I mean, no, it's gone. The power of the destroyed Benevodons was absorbed by the sword, somehow magically, even though you defeated them, and I was sitting here. Now that power is mine. Plot. Venerable master, you have surpassed even the goddess of mana herself. You are more than a god. You are a supreme god. My lord. Something stopping me. It's the goddess of mana. Useless weakling. How is she still alive? Fine. I shall destroy the goddess at her source, the tree of mana. Let us be off to the sanctuary. Please go on ahead, my lord. I will rid us of these pests. Do not delay. Okay, finally. Get rid of us, huh? Try it. I'm not the same as I was the first time we've met. I've maxed out my defense, and I even have some magic defense now. I've come this far with ultimate gear to defeat you. Very well. You'll soon understand how powerless you are in the face of the power of darkness. So much power, darkness, power. You're trapped? Oh no! I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Get him, girls! Alright, we're gonna take this guy seriously. Magic defense for everybody because he's probably a mage. Cast in magic. And debuff him. Alright, everyone's got M defense. He casts some magic. You know, we knew this was coming. How bad is it? Ah, barely even stings. Alright, next. I don't think physical defense is gonna matter. Strength should help. Is he laughing or sneezing? Both. Now, I'm assuming casting magic on the Crimson Wizard is not particularly effective, but I don't know. We'll see. Alright, we got power up for everybody. He's casting tons of magic. There is a spell that Charlotte has in a different path that would be useful. There's a resist magic spell in her light/light path, or something like that. That would be useful. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, not that bad. Time for a little bit of healing. Now, I'm assuming he's not weak to any specific elemental, because he's just a human. So, it's finally time for Duran's ultimate abilities. Bonus 25% damage, and steals HP. No need for Mana Steal, really, I don't think. Alright, and then one more for Angela. And then we go to town. Actually, I could... Did I... Oh no, I powered up the girls already. So we've got the buffs. We got the debuff. We got the sabers. The only thing we're missing is agility buff, and I don't even know if that works, so... You know, I'll put one of them on Duran. You guys let me know if it looks like this does anything. Dex up. Sounds like the worst scale. I mean, it just says straight up that it boosts your accuracy and evade. And missing on your physical does suck, so if it works, that'd be nice. You think your damage can keep up with our healing? Get him! So, I mean, Moon Saber's pretty dang good. Another reason you don't really need Carly. At the very end of the game, you can just steal HP. 950 damage. Nice. You know what? The girls are missing a lot of attacks. I'm gonna put the evade, the dexterity, whatever, the beak scale on them. We'll see if there's less misses. We never really scienced up evasion scales. Or accuracy scales. Alright, everyone's got 3 buffs. I assume he doesn't really do physical defense, so, you know, defense up shouldn't matter much. Or physical attacks. But I mean, he is spamming that magic. Like a good Crimson Wizard. But this looks pretty good. It's possible. Ooh, that's a new spell. What was that? Comet or something? That's pretty destructive. I think he just killed himself. Yeah, Ouch! Well, that did a bit of damage. Too late, though. Ancient curse. Oh, neat. I cannot be defeated. Not with the dark power from my master. Maybe that was finally an on-death spellcast that actually makes sense. That the ultimate wizard would have a on-death spell. And it just didn't kill us, so it doesn't matter. Kind of like, Master Magi at the top of the tower in Final Fantasy VI that casts Ultima when he dies. Like, that makes perfect sense for giant magic bosses at the end of the game. This is not over yet. Magi Master, my butt. You're dead. Stand down. You can't even stand up. Wait. Duran, if he can't stand up, how could he stand down? I thought this was an official modern translation. This looks like something Wolseley would write. This is as far as your evil power will take you. When I was young, I was unable to use magic. Disgusted with myself, I told the protagonist my life story as I fled to Altina. I arrived at the Dragon's Maw, the battlegrounds where the famed Golden Knight of Valsina fell to the Dragon Lord. There I came across my master's remains. His spirit spoke to me from the decaying body. In exchange for half of my life, I was given control of the Dragon Lord's limitless power. It turns out it wasn't limitless, though. But my life force could only partially revive him. The Dragon Lord devised a plan to gain the power of the Benevodons using the Mana Sword. Soon, the Dragon Lord will be at full power. But wasn't he at full power when our dad killed him? We're probably as strong as our dad. We killed our dad already, so it'll be fine. Is there a reason to go on? Wait, are we trying to convince this guy not to die? The guy that we've been trying to kill the entire game? We really are a JRPG hero. Of course! Don't give up! You don't have to end it here. Yeah! Evil monster that conquered the world, destroyed the Benevodons, kidnapped my fairy, and has been trying to kill us for ages. You'll stay alive, sure. Thanks, Duran. He's trying to take us down with another ultimate magic spell. Thanks. But we had too much magic resistance, so it did 0 damage. Oh, nope, maybe he half killed us. He killed us with the power of the element of heart. Oh, that fool. Dark power drove him to insanity. And Duran, why are you laying down? It's sad, but we don't have much time left. Gotta get back to the sanctuary, protect the goddess. The goddess is dead. She said she was a ghost, and she disappeared after we picked up the sword. She's already dead. If the tree of mana dies, the tree is already dead. Mana dies. We don't have a sword, but we can't give up. Hurry, help the mana tree. The plot of this game it's lost it. It's lost it. Anyway, let's find that drum. Not here. Not here. There's the button. I just never use these medical herbs. The story is hard, man. I don't know what Square was doing. They never put their A team. Squaresoft back. Oh, we can't use the drum here. Never mind. They must have never put the story A team on. Oh, well, there you go. More plot. But they must never have hired the good writers for the Mana series. They saved them for something else. See you later, Luke. Good luck. Good luck, Luke. Lucky Luke. See you next stream. Hey, Mother. How's it going? So this is nice because we get 2 birds with 1 stone here. Angela's story you wouldn't really know about if you didn't recruit her as one of your party members, and you know we're in the right dungeon to meet up with the queen. So here, Angela, where are we? Get to your room. You've been up with strangers way too long. Have you been skipping Jose's lessons again? You shouldn't antagonize your subjects. Remember, you'll someday be queen of Altina. I know it's hard, especially if magic doesn't come easily for you, but you can take all the time you need to learn it. Yeah, she never learned a single spell naturally, because she's not good with magic. She stole it from the elementals, basically. Just like the sprite did. I pray to the goddess of mana every day, asking her for her blessing, so that you may learn magic faster. Like, be a good wizard and read your books. Oh, mother. Not a good sign, I guess. What's wrong, Angela? There's no need for you to cry. Oh, but please introduce me to your friends. This is... So from Angela's perspective, the last time she saw her mother tried to sacrifice her to resurrect somebody, or steal some power, or something. I don't know. I forget her story exactly. And she ran away off the kingdom because her mother was trying to kill her. That's the last Angela remembers. So clearly something's going on with the true queen and the Dragon Lord. I cannot believe something so horrible has happened. I don't remember any of it. How could a queen allow such madness? Even if I was being controlled, the idea that I would try to sacrifice my own daughter is terrifying. Please forgive me, Angela. See, I could have sympathy for the queen. She was not on her own mind here. It's fairly obvious. It's that Crimson Wizard. Like, I don't care about him, man. He can just die. There's no backstory for him. He just chose to be evil. It's okay, Mom. You are still the true queen, and your people love you. Maybe. The ones that are still alive and don't know the truth about all the monsters. Yeah, I still love you. Look. It's complicated. Please continue to rule Altina. You're still technically the queen. I don't know about the love, but you know you are the queen. And I have to go to the Sanctuary of Mana to fight the Dragon Lord. See you later. Also, I learned a few spells, by the way, so don't worry about me anymore. Like, as far as the queen knows, Angela is still a scrub that knows nothing and can't cast Fireball. We should probably be like, by the way, you know, I've got some magic. We're okay. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, I guess you gotta go to Sanctuary. The portal is sealed. Shut. For all but you three and your fairy companion. Why? Plot. Please be careful and return to this... Why is this... Did the Dragon Lord seal everyone out of the Mana Sanctuary except the 3 people who could defeat him? Seriously? The 3 people who destroyed the 8 Benevodons, those are the 3 he allows in. Everybody else, you're not allowed in here. Nope. It's off limits. Just the 3 heroes. They can come in. I mean, he's probably, you know, classic antagonist in a JRPG, super overconfident, doesn't think anyone can hurt him, blah, blah, blah. But why didn't he just seal it for everybody? Anyway, see you later. Story is really hard. I swear, this game in my head had a really good story. And I think, you know, compared to Secret of Mana, I still think it's more connected and tied together. And it's definitely more ambitious with the 6 different sort of arcs, for the story arcs for the 6 characters. But it still totally falls apart if you think about it. Alright, future tubers. This is that time where I end the episode. So that next episode, we can go to the end of the game. This would be a great time to make sure you've got all your equipment gear. And we've got some, you know... Maybe I'll go get those helmets in between episodes, because I have, I think, 3 more gear seeds. And who wouldn't want a full set of equipment for the final dungeon? But, you know, we're pretty much high enough level, I think we'll be okay at this point. No more grinding, just maybe turn in some seeds that we picked up. And next episode, we're gonna go chase down the Dragon Lord and see what's going on. This is another... Well, I guess I'm pretty sure all 3 storylines end back in the Mana Sanctuary. It's just the final dungeons are in different areas. There's a dark castle over here for somebody, and although the island we were on, everybody can go to this island to go to the town. This is the Mirage Castle. This is somebody else's final dungeon. I forget which ones, but maybe this is the one for you know, Kevin or something, whatever. Mirage. I forget who gets the Mirage and who gets the Dark Castle, but anyway, yeah, that's all for this episode. So thanks for watching, Future Tubers. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Pretty sure next episode we'll wrap this game up. So look forward to that next episode. See you next time.